Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining today. If you love hidden treasures, mysterious mistakes, and the idea that an ordinary coin in your pocket could be worth more than you ever imagined, then you are absolutely in the right place. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in American numismatic history, a coin that on the surface looks completely ordinary, yet under the right circumstances has been linked to values reaching an unbelievable $621 million. Yes, you heard that right. We are talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin dated 1983 from the United States, a penny that most people would never look at twice, yet collectors, error specialists, and coin historians consider it one of the most intriguing modern-era possibilities in the world of rare coins. At first glance, the 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin appears simple and familiar. It carries the classic Lincoln portrait that has been part of American coinage for generations, a symbol of stability, history, and everyday commerce. Millions upon millions of these coins were struck, circulated, spent, lost, and forgotten. Children dropped them in fountains, adults ignored them in change jars, and cashiers handed them out without a second thought. For most people, the idea that a 1983 penny could be worth anything more than a single cent sounds impossible. And yet, when we step into the world of minting errors, transitional metals, rare mistakes, and undocumented anomalies, the story changes completely. The year 1983 holds a very special place in U.S. coin history. It was a period of transition, experimentation, and change within the United States Mint. Rising copper prices had already forced major changes in how pennies were made. Before 1982, most Lincoln cents were composed primarily of copper. But by the early 1980s, the cost of copper was becoming too high, and the mint made a dramatic shift. Starting in 1982, most pennies were struck using. Today we are diving into a coin that most people would never look at twice, a coin that many have spent without a second thought, and yet a coin that has sparked some of the most fascinating conversations in modern numismatics. This is the story of the Liberty 1-cent 2007 USA coin, a small copper-colored piece of everyday currency that, under extraordinary circumstances, has been talked about with values reaching an unbelievable $744 million. Yes, far beyond its humble face value of 1 cent. This coin represents how rarity, error, mystery, and human fascination can turn something ordinary into a legendary object. At first glance, the 2007 1 cent looks exactly like millions of others. It carries the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that Americans have known for generations. In 2007, the Lincoln cent was still produced in massive numbers, and the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark, struck hundreds of millions of these coins for circulation. On the surface, there is nothing that would suggest extreme wealth. It is the kind of coin you might find in a jar, under a couch cushion, or handed to you as change at a store. Yet history has shown again and again that some of the most valuable coins in the world began their lives in exactly the same unremarkable way. To understand how a 1-cent coin could ever be mentioned alongside figures like hundreds of millions of dollars, we have to step into the world of minting errors, production anomalies, and once-in-a-lifetime mistakes. The United States Mint operates with precision, but it is still a human system supported by machines, dies, planchets, and processes that occasionally fail. When they do, they can create coins that are dramatically different from what was intended. These differences are not just cosmetic. In some cases, they fundamentally alter the coin's identity, composition, or design. When such errors escape into circulation, they become the raw mate.